when the moon is in the seventh house. Hey, everybody, it's Brandon, and we're going to be talking about Aquarius in February. You got the second half of your birthday month, so to speak. It's primary birthday month for you. Well, Aquarius, this is kind of a fun time for you. Let me pull up my notes here real quick. You've got kind of a really kind of cool thing going on. Now, listen, you got Mercury entering Aquarius here. So whatever tendencies you have for communication, you're going to amp them up a little bit, right? So when the sun finally moves into Pisces and you have Aquarian, don't be surprised if you keep your tendencies kind of rolling a little bit more, right? Because then you have Venus entering Aries, which is kind of you handle it okay. You handle all things okay, but you've just got some astrological stuff going on right here. And again, you're landing this at a time where you're ready to kind of make changes. Don't forget, last year you had a lot going on where you were kind of like readying yourself. You were kind of like in the weeds a little bit, right? You were in the weeds and then you were like, okay, here we go. This is a good time for you to still remember about yourself. February overall, overarching, is about personal like nourishment, accountability, that sort of thing, right? It's okay to do a little indulgence here and there. It's a birthday month, right? However, it's really kind of self-perpetuated. It's really meant to be for yourself before others, right? Just a little bit, just a sliver. So astrologically, you're going to take care of yourself. When Aries moves into, Venus moves into Aries, know that that's probably a trigger later in the month for you. Once it gets past the birthday time, that's the time for you to start to go like, is that someone that I might know? You understand what I'm saying. Anyways, all right, here we go, Aquarius. Listen, we're going to talk about tarot here. We're going to talk about the mind, the body, the spiritual journey, the mind, the body, the spiritual journey, and then, of course, the heart of the matter right there in the center of it all. I want to thank you guys for being subscribers. I want to thank you guys for being members. This is going to be member-only content, so this is going to be only people that are coming in that are part of this community. So when you comment on it, you're actually talking to other members. Kind of cool, right? That's the way we're building this up. I know only a few of you will comment this time of the year, but please let it rip. Let me know what's going on. All right. First things first, in the mind, of course, why not start with some, ninth house Virgo action? Of course, it's kind of self-sustaining. That's kind of how you roll. You're all about the accountability to it, and then temperance. So listen, in your mind, this is about balance. Maybe you've been beating yourself up a little bit. Two major arcanas right out of the gate. One about your spiritual journey in your head, and then to temperance about the balance of the body. Come on. Right out of the gate, what did we just talk about? Now the body, you're writing checks can't cash, aren't you? The Five of Pentacles comes out. You feel like you're a little left out in the cold. Neglect. Of course, that's why I'm kind of coming in here. But the body might also be because maybe you're a little bit too much about the cardinal. The Devil card comes out here, and this is really about what are you bound to? What are you feeling like you're limited to? Remember, the Devil card is more about limitations than it is about wrongdoing. But maybe, that combination right there tells me maybe you celebrated the birthday too much. Careful about how you do this. By the way, this is your birthday month. Primarily. We'll talk about Pisces a little bit later. Speaking of Pisces, here you go, the Hangman. On your spiritual journey, you're taking a look at this on the other side of it. You're also going to want to pay attention to what Neptune is doing. Neptune is in Pisces right now. So you're allowing yourself to kind of get a little dreamy. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing for you. I think if there's something bad about being dreamy, it's when you're not practical. Little anxiety for you, but look at this. I'm here to do you a solid. Here is one of your cards, Aquarius. I think this has to do more with the timing card than the anxiety because you don't necessarily work in an anxious environment. However, that first week of February, pay attention to that. Maybe there's a new enlightening that's kind of going along the way here. I'm going to take a quick look at the astrological chart as we're talking about this because, Aquarius, you deserve the best right now. You truly do. And what is our... So in the natal, it's sitting in the 6th house. So this is a lot to do with like your self, mental health, This is about what you're doing physically and then spiritually. That's what this is. So this is a timing because Neptune is going to be sitting in, it might be in the 5th house, depending upon where your placement is, but you're really not far off on that. No, I'm gonna venture to guess this is going to be in the 6th house for you, generally speaking, in terms of, you know, where you're at with this. So you've got you're going to get some sextile energy, trine energy rather, a little bit later on in the month. So into March rather. So right now, and you're going to go right over your Neptune. So this is really kind of about taking care of yourself. This is about making sure that your spiritual journey in your head is equally as beneficial as what you do. By the way, all about the new ideas here. The Knight of Pentacles shows up, the pony that ends a race, that actually finishes. Listen, you're in it for the long haul, Aquarius. It's how you work. It's how you roll. It's what you do and how you do it. And then all of a sudden, you feel like you're missing out. Oh, you're not missing out, Aquarius. You're actually taking care of yourself. So you're feeling these pressures that are kind of saying to you, we're all having a good time over here. And you're like, I'm going to go drink again. Oh, don't do that. You feel like you're missing out because maybe these things are in your way. And what I mean by that is you're saying to yourself, oh no, I need to take care of myself. Oh no, I need to go do this. Oh no, I need to do that. You're probably pulled in a lot of different directions. You know, this devil card comes out in the body because you're probably like, well, it was a good time, but I can't operate. I might have a great Friday night, but I'm down Saturday, I'm down Sunday, and I got to restart on Monday. Okay. That's kind of what that setup is like, right? Let's take a look at the Gilded Tarot. Let's see what the Gilded Tarot has to say here. In the mind, you got some choices here. The Lover's card. By the way, if there's somebody that loves mental games, it is you, dear Aquarian. Dear Aquarian, I like to think a lot. I like to overthink it. Not quite like I say, I don't know, a Libra or Gemini, but I do like to think. I'm quite grounded in it. And you know what? It's not so bad because the 3 of Cups comes out, a little celebration for you. Celebrate good times. Come on. Look at that. So really what you're talking about, yeah, think about what you went from. You went from the Hermit to the connection of a person. The Lovers, the choice. Temperance, 2 cups into 3. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but you can do the math. It's okay to kind of pull it together. It's okay to look at the positive instead of the negative. Let's take a look at what you're doing to that body of yours. I'm dropping cards everywhere, but the Page of Pentacles jumps right back into my hands. This is a great card right here. This is letting you know that maybe some of your not-so-goodness really should be kind of turned into something positive, something new. Oh, such great work. Such great work. You're going to have to pay attention and do some self-care. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You started with the Hermit in the mind, and then you're putting it over to the body? This is just simple change. That's what this is for me. Shine the light. Love yourself. New idea. Learn from what you've been through. Go ahead and shine the light in other places, but you've got to do the work, right? This isn't about hiring a personal trainer or having a surgery. No. This is about you saying, I'm not going to eat the Twinkie. Give me all the ham. That'll be my joke for the end of time now. Watch Patton Oswalt, you'll understand it. So listen, this is a great turn of events for you. You're in control, but let's talk about the journey here. So you went from the 9 of Swords to the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is about a journey that might have pain to it, but it actually has benefit as well. Come on, Aquarius. Come on, Aquarius. It's the last Libra card before it jumps in, actually the middle Libra card before it goes into, you start heading downhill towards you. So the 6 of Swords represents that entire piece of what you're going to do. In other words, this human experience is bringing you to a place. Where is it bringing you to? High Priestess. Wow. And I got to tell you, they've been popping up. And I probably shouldn't say, I'm not going to say anything. I'll wait till the end. But the High Priestess comes up because you're going to go back to the old ways. You're going to tap into some old knowledge. This is Akashic work. This is you going back to ancient texts. Maybe you're going to start watching some videos on Hermetic journeys. Maybe you're going to touch base with, maybe you're going to read into the Dead Sea Scrolls. Maybe you're going to dive into Coptic reasoning. Maybe you're going to, there's some really fascinating stuff out there that I've done serious deep dives in. I could see you kind of going down that route there. Because Aquarius, you're not one-dimensional. You're not two-dimensional. You're not even three-dimensional. You're five-dimensional. It's your job to kind of start to put it together. Sun, moon, rising. Can we ride off into the sunset? Because here comes the heart. Practicality central. Yeah, Two of Pentacles shows up. One of the soulmate cards, the most practical. I can't make this up. Star card comes out. Hi, Aquarian, calling card. Here you are. Thank you very much. Good night. Mwah. You got to remember who you are. You're in it for the greater good. You got to be practical to do it. You're not missing out on it. The human experience is giving you everything that you have. You're destined to finish the race. Holy crap. What a great reading for you, Aquarius. I love my work. The best part about this is that the pitfalls that you have are just human. They're just everyday life. Everybody's had a little bit of a bender on a Friday, you know what I'm saying? You got to take care of yourself. You're like, listen, this part right here, a little too much cheese. I got to cut down on it. Maybe I'm Aquarian, right? You're coming out of the holidays. You're coming into the new year. You're coming into your birthday season there, Aquarius. You're beginning to recognize who you are and what you're about. You're reminded that in your solar return that this is the stuff you got to do. You're meant to do these things. And guess what? It is a little bit of a burden from time to time. And guess what? It is a pain in the ass. But you can quite simply gird up your loins and get there because you've got all the tools. And look at this solid. So the thing I was going to mention before, and I'm glad I didn't, was no reversals. There were no reversals in the spread at all. And listen, I shuffle them up. I throw them around. I drop them. Best way to shuffle is drop them. Good old 78 pickup. But let's go to our friend here. Let's go to our friend Chip Richards with the secret language of animals. I hope you like this. I hope you like this deck. Click on the link below. You can find them out in Amazon land, all that other good stuff. I'm not promoting it. I really don't get paid on it. Even if you click on the thing, I get about 80 cents if you buy it. But it's just a cool deck. If you like it, I'm using it. Here we are. The White Rhinoceros. Stability, confidence, steadiness, and abundance. Well, what the heck were we just talking about? By the way, you've got a 6. Remember how last year was a transformational year, and this year you're starting to kind of get it together and you're putting it in the right direction? Ha ha, Aquarius. Well, listen, here's a big fat number 6 for you. A new beginning. By the way, you've got a 6 here on your journey. Let's not forsake all the trouble that we've had. Bridge over troubled Aquarius. You're the water bearer. I should just make up songs. Anyways, what a great spread. And by the way, the White Rhinoceros, it's so funny. I just read this. That rhinoceroses, right? They get the big thing there, right? You think it's like a hangnail. You think it's part of like the cuta, whatever, the thing on your fingernail, and it's hardened and whatever. On rhinoceros, it's actually hair. Can you imagine that? How about that for a nose hair? It's tightly bound nose hairs that calcifies as it goes out. So it looks like a bone, but it's actually hair. Isn't that cool? Well, resourceful as always. Some of you Aquarians are getting sick in your mouth, which I can't really help. But that being said, guys, have a great month. Have a great February. You deserve it. I'm going to give you the heart tap to remind you that we love and care for each other and just simply keep going. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks, Aquarian. Thanks for being part of my journey.